guys? Welcome to another day here at DBO. There was a beer in the back seat of my car, and when I pulled into the shop, it punctured itself open. So I took that as a sign that I should shotgun a beer to start the day. And I'm not very good at shotgunning beers. Let's see. This is like warm-ish, and it's a Coors Pure, which is weird. It has organic barley and organic hops. I don't know if you guys have that in other places. I don't like it. Andrew buys it. Says they don't make it fat. So I think it's like a Coors Michelob Ultra. But see if I can do it.
Breakneck speeds. Still a decent amount left.
It's just foam.
It sucks drinking beer. All right.
Anyway, be a lot of E30 stuff today, but we got to pull a sunroof and some stuff out for this nice gentleman Angel, and then we got to get that E38 that we killed off the lift, and we can start E30 things.
Let's do it. There's a red E30 vert on our lift. What's up with that?
So, sorry we got a little busy. Whew, it was stressful there for a bit, so we didn't talk about before we came in, but this is Dane. This is Dane's red E30.
What's going on?
Dan?
Dane's red E30 has a turbo.
It
Little
is
turbo.
little turbo.
Yeah.
And it's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
But I was hoping we'd get to maybe like drive it a little bit after we worked on it today, but he got a little anxious two-stepping because there was people in the way, and he's just at his hood, and he melted his turbo drain.
Yeah.
So
That's always nice.
it's gonna slow things down a little bit. We'll be all right.
Just a smidge.
But anyway, we're doing it. This is his second transmission.
Yeah. Number two.
This one just leaks real bad, right?
Yeah.
But
And it grinds in third as well.
it grinds.
Yeah.
So put another trans in it, and then replacing a steering rack. So yeah, but it's a cool car. I don't know a whole lot about it besides that it's Dane's and it has a turbo and it runs on Megasquirt. But
Yep.
I'm sure he could talk more about it if he wanted to.
It's just a simple build. It's just ARP head studs, stock head gasket, and a turbo. Pretty much it. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, it works as it should when it's not melting oil drains.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Sick. Have you taken it on a dyno yet or anything? Or?
No, but hopefully after this, Will could put it on the dyno and see what it makes.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yep.
So, just turn her apart, huh?
Yeah, this should go pretty quick. This is what we're good at. All right, we didn't do a whole lot of filming that. We were just thrashing. That was a lot. So we pulled the trans out of this, and we pulled the steering rack out of this. We put just the new replacement trans in. Same whatever. But we switched from an E30 rack to an E46 CHP gold tag rack, and then he got new E4 or E36 inners and outers. Apparently that's the setup, and this apparently has E36 control arms. So anyway, he figured all that out. Now, it was a pain to get in, so we rebuilt his steering linkage with all like aluminum stuff. I don't know if you guys can see in there, so like the flex disc is now an aluminum disc,
If you move your hand, we got it.
and then spacers between there. To get all that shit to fit was everything everything needed drilled, like everything needed to be bigger. And then we put it all in.
Was it a garagistic part?
I don't know. I think it was like an eBay one.
Oh, okay. Because if it was garagistic, it wouldn't be a surprise.
What are you talking shit about garagistic?
This shit doesn't fit.
Whatever. But he did the rack spacers as well, like to space it. And we originally had them at the bottom, underneath the rack, lifting the rack up. And that forced like all the steering linkage to be all the way up and actually pressing into this insulation here that we couldn't get this bolt back in. So, yeah. And then Dane's done this before. He actually, on his first car, it was before there was a kit or something, I guess. He just made spacers and stuff on his own, like just went to Home Depot and made stuff. So he ground down right here because he knew it was gonna bind. Turns out that's not where it binds, and it binds up there. So while you have it out, make sure you grind right there because it's gonna bind. It's not horrible, and like it still steers. So like the steering wheel will go through it, eventually it'll just wear itself away and it'll be fine, but no, a little sketchy having steering binding.
It
But-
is really sketchy.
But that was all in, and we're gonna go on to our other stuff for now, and I'm gonna come back and work on this tonight. But trans is in. We had to move a bunch of stuff over from the old trans, but shifter's all in, drive shaft's all in. Pretty much it's just heat shield, exhaust, and then put the tie rods on the knuckles, put the wheels back on it, and get it out. But I guess that Will's gonna tune this tomorrow. Like, supposedly tomorrow, might be a little later. We'll see. Completely different turbo than mine. This is a stock iMotor, a 2.5 stock cam. But yeah, pretty cool little preview to hopefully what that thing is going to be doing. But let's go do some more E30 stuff. Let's go for a drive. Wow. All right, guys. So there was a comment a few videos ago, and it was like, yo, you should do a how to remove a rear subframe in an E30 video. And I was like, I tell you what, Nick, I'll do you one better. I'll come to your house and remove your subframe. So that's what I did. No, I'll say this is Nick. You guys know Nick. He's a good friend. But holy shit, did this thing not want to come out. When it finally came out, the actual aluminum part of the bushing broke off and stayed in the car. It was that seized. And I spent about 30 minutes with an air hammer and succeeded. It is now ready for some dry-stick poly bushings. Nick finished booze and 16-inch gargantuans from Jimmy John. I know they made them this big. Look at a $20 sandwich. What's up, guys? Super long day. It's like 10:30 and I'm not going home yet. Just ran up and actually bought a new steering wheel for the Dakar M3. I sold the sparkle out of it to Nick for his good car, and I got this. Let's show it to you. But it's this cool, deep OMP Alcantara wheel. Should fit nice with the seat, and it's a little bit smaller than what was in there, and yeah, I'm into it. But well, just driving the diesel like always, and this was one of the first full tanks I ran through when it was running right, and I made it 478 miles, and that was like a little bit over, I don't know, I put 40 bucks in it that time, but there was still a little fuel in it, so I don't know what that was. I filled it up this time, so I want to see what it's actually going to get. Computer indicated 33.1 miles per gallon, so there was one night I went a little quick, and it dropped from 35 to 33. But we reset it. This actually is a really small tank. The internet said 16.1 gallons. I just put 15.6 in it, so we'll see what it gets. If you guys need a daily driver and you got like 10 grand, I don't know if there's a better car. They only came rear wheel drive, they only came auto, so if you have to have a manual, not gonna work for you. If you need all wheel drive, you think, because of where you live, not gonna work for you. But I don't know how much nicer of a car you can get. They're fairly reliable, and yeah, they're fast, and 35 miles to the gallon. So anyway, I'm going back to the shop. I'm sure it's dark. I'll fill you guys in. All right, guys, back at the shop. It is, I don't know, late after 11. Goals for the night before I leave. I want to get these tie rods hooked up to the knuckles, get the wheels back on, and then I'd like to see what I can do about this corner right here of shit showness. So I'm gonna set a timer for an hour and turn on some music, and that's what I'm willing to do tonight. Then I go get some sleep. I had a blast at home yesterday, and tomorrow I'm gonna leave a little early and take my kid to karate, and my wife has dinner with her sister for her birthday, and yeah, so I feel like I'll work a little bit later tonight since tomorrow's gonna be a little bit short, but it's still been a good day. This thing took way longer than I thought it was gonna take. That steering rack was a nightmare. Trains was easy. Trains are always easy. But yeah. All right. Another day down. I don't know. It's like 12:30 or something. I did an hour. I talked to my wife for a bit. She wants me to come home, so I'm gonna go home. But here's what I got done. I moved some more parts over here. Got this bin at E30 parts. That's where all the stuff from the first video ended up. The steering wheel, ARPs, cam, all that junk. I spent a little time on this. I got that gear off right there. I think that's the one that drives like the oil pump. And got this bolt out to pull this off, but this didn't move. So I don't know if you guys got a hint for that or if it's just a slide hammer job or something. There was an engine right there. It was a non-Vanos M50. So that is over here now. And I don't know if I talked about it, but this is the engine for the E36 cart. It's on the other side of that wall. Going turbo, non-Vanos, M50. In the E36 cart. Gonna get a shitty small turbo and hopefully like full boost around 3,000 or so and like 500 horsepower and something that hopefully weighs 2,400 pounds. So that should be cool. There's 3 ZF trans down there. I don't know how I got so many. At this point, there's 3 there. There's one over by the Turbo E36. And then I have 3 more in cars that are coming apart. So I have 7 ZFs right now. And I need 3 of them. So I guess I have 4 extra ZFs. That's not something I'd ever say. Anyway, if you guys need one, I don't know. I kind of want to get rid of them. So if you want to give me $750, you can have one. But I cleaned up a little bit. Got some junk off the floor over here. Moved some tires around. Cleaned up from that mess. Made a little scrap pile. Just some random shit that was sitting there. This is the M62 TU that I'm pretty sure has a horribly blown head gasket and cracked head that was in the Gambler E38 when CJ blew it up. So now that thing's running, I'm doing fine mechanically. I don't need any of this stuff. So, well, I worked on the car. I got heat shield on with the body brace, all the bolts back in place. I got the tie rods on. I got the tires on. So should just be a little bit of stuff tomorrow. But I think he's gonna come help me. Oh, I never really looked at his intercooler setup. This is pretty all right. Just like tucked right in there. And then it keeps like the stock look. I could probably do something similar over there. We'll see. I hadn't thought about that yet. At all. I didn't think about intercooler piping. Oh, maybe I'll look at his a little bit more. But anyway, that's it for today. I feel like this is not enough for a video, so I will see you bright and early in the morning. Good morning. It is the next day. Hamish and I came in and we knocked some shit out. So exhaust is all back on and wastegate dump is on, and we moved the bracket over from the old transmission and we made sure it was full of fluid, which was good because it was actually completely empty.
Yeah.
So
good to check.
It's all good. We're just waiting on Dane at this point.
Dane, come on through, man.
Yeah. The boots that he got didn't fit. I think I touched on that last night. I don't know if he wants to cut those and put those on. I got the clamps just...
I had this issue as well with my E30.
Yeah. So when you use an E46 rack, make sure you buy E46 boots because that's what fits over the rack.
But, I mean, yeah, if it's over the rack. I don't know if it fits this side of things.
These are all the same, I think.
Well, so there's some that like go all the way down to the tie rod. And I think the E46 ones go down to the tie rod, and this has like that spacer disc.
So you think it'd be too tight?
If you guys have an E30 and you've done the upgraded rack, please let us know. Because we now have 2 that need to get some real boots going.
But it's all in there. I think Will is still planning on tuning this today. But remember the turbo drain melted. It's stuck back on there, but it seems like it's still a little bit short. So I don't know what the plan is, but I'm waiting to hear from Senior Dane. So yeah, but they can send a lift for now. We're gonna get rid of that scrap pile that I made last night that I showed you. We're gonna shove that in that E38. I didn't take it with me yesterday, so it's just sitting out there. So, all right, well, let's do some cleaning.
Yeah.
Of junk. All right, guys, today was a whole lot of sitting around not working on cars.
It was very cool.
So we did what we showed you on that. Dane came and we actually ended up swapping the top, so now he has a tan roof on his E30 with tan interior, which is pretty cool. And black one's there. Yeah, and I guess this car's gonna stay. He's moving to Atlanta, but I'm gonna store it for him for a bit.
So when's he moving?
He's going like this weekend, drive there.
Shit.
But he's gonna be coming back and forth for a bit. But this car and I think a drift car and then maybe another E30 are gonna stay here. So cool. But anyway, we got that done. We didn't really do a whole lot else. We didn't clean this space like the plan was.
No.
But Andrew hung out, and yeah,
Joel hung out.
Joel came and hung out. I hadn't seen him in a bit. We helped him with some stuff. Will thought an engine that I gave him was a piece of shit, but it turned out it was just fine. It was just dirty. So it was good for him because I wasn't going to refund him because he bought a car that had an engine in it. I didn't be like, here's a good engine, Will.
Yeah, you were like, here's what I know about the car.
Yep.
I was thinking about that. It was going to make a lot of tension, but nobody was at fault, you know? Oh, Joel just left.
Hey, that's what he said, bye.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Yeah, he was like, it was good hanging out. Have a good one. Yeah, and then I was like, man, there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's get rid of some shit. So I was going through stuff. I had these BMW wheels. I don't know, they're ASAs or something. That had these 33 1250s on them. They're 18s. So they were on a buddy's X5. I don't know what I'd ever put them on. So I'm gonna put those up for $100. And these mud tires, two of them look all right. Two of them are pretty bald. For $100 for the set. I'd be like, let's get shit gone. I bought this M3 like rep bumper for the E90, and I decided I didn't want to be that guy, so I sold that to our buddy Ryan. I think it's going on a wagon. And then
These are really cool, I think.
yeah. So I have 8 of these Team Dynamics, pretty cool E36 wheels. They all have slicks on them, and they're all 275, so kind of useless. But I don't know. I've purchased pretty much all of the Apex wheels lately, and I have these, and I just have way too much stuff and not many places to run it. So I put those up. I actually got a smoking deal. I paid $800 for 8 of them, and then I got 2 more slicks that weren't mounted as well. Had these shitty XXRs, those are sold. Those are gone.
You might recognize these from the E30 drift truck forever ago.
Yeah, I run that. But I did pick up these things.
These the bronze.
I probably won't get rid of these, but bronze arc-8s, 17 by 9 plus 30. And these are the least aggressive set that I have of Apexes because I have
Chris's wheel library.
yeah. So I have these ones, which are like the Hyper Black, I think they're called. These are 17 9.5 plus 35. I have 2 full sets of these. This set is brand new, like really just they got mounted, never driven on. And I got kind of a beat up set that I bought from Zach way back when. Then I have these ones, which are the same spec, but they're the anthracite finish. And then there's these ones, which are 1710s plus like 22 or something, I say. So not an E36 fitment, but it's like, I mean, how many wheels do I need? So,
You do have a lot of cars.
but it's still, it's like, most of these wheels have never even been on a car. They just sit in here. So it's like, let's get rid of some shit.
Maybe it's time.
But I did want to share these ones with you. These are style 42s, but they're 18-inch and they're staggered. So they're off of like 540 sport models in Europe. They never were in the US.
E34 or E39?
E39.
E39.
So they're 8s in the front and 9s in the rear. I think I'm going to run these on the diesel after getting them cleaned up and get the polish slipped back and a silver face. So I think that's what's going to end up on that, because those SSRs that I originally showed that were for the diesel, I didn't want to go through the work of getting new lips and barrels and stuff. So I sold those to a buddy. He's actually putting them on his E90 diesel, which is funny. But yeah, and I had those lying around and it's like, damn. And like I have tire racks, but I just have wheels on shelves and stacked, and there's too many. I've been walking around today just trying to find shit to get rid of. I don't know. I think that's it for this video. Oh, machine shop called. We had one slightly bent valve. Hope it wasn't just for me disassembling it, but that wouldn't be a big deal. It's gonna be like 20 bucks or something. But then they said a bunch of the valve guides were loose. So bit the bullet, and we're doing a complete valve job. All new valve guides, all new valve seals. All the valves are going to be checked, and then there'll be a 3-angle valve job and everything included. So I'm going to be about 500-ish into the head, but it will be perfect. So
I'm pretty sure my heads for my F60 were $600.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean they didn't do as much work on yours, but I did get the valve job.
Yeah, yours you didn't have to
Do springs and guides and all that.
Well, no, that doesn't cost anything because they have to pull them out anyway. But you didn't have to buy all new valve guides.
Yeah.
It's the valve guides and the installation on them. Those are $17 a piece.
Nice.
Like between the, I mean, it's cheap, but it adds up. There's
17 times 12.
Yeah. So that's where some of the money goes. Oh, people got base. But anyway, that's it for the day. It's still pretty early, but I'm taking my kid to karate night, so I'm bailing early. But I'm gonna stay late tomorrow and get on it. Ooh, and our buddy Nathan Brock, he has a red E30. Will swapped it for him. I think it has it had an M42 and now it has an M20. I think that's.
No, Nathan got an S50 too.
So Nathan's got the S52.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Adam got the.
Oh, yep.
Adam. Okay. Adam got the M20. It was an M42. Yeah.
Hard cut.
He's got sunroof issues. He thought in the video that I was saying I was going to remove the sunroof. I just meant I was going to remove the sunroof visor. He's got a way better idea that I should just remove the sunroof. So, ripping the sunroof out, selling it to him for cheap, and then we'll do some sort of delete in there. We'll save some weight and we'll get some more headroom. So, you won't be the only one with a slick top, Hamish. That's it for today. Sorry if this was just a lot of talking and stuff, but I'm just trying to get content out for you guys, and you seem interested in my life, so I'm gonna share my life with you.
I think it's reasonably interesting as well.
So,
yeah. All right. Bye.